Ukrainian land in 21st century of the middle of Europe. And we here to pay attention to you, to call you to help Ukraine, support Ukraine, share information about this bloody war. Because Ukrainians now fighting for your freedom as well, not only for our freedom. Ukrainians fighting brave, and we here. You don't forget that this bloody war cost thousands of lives, Ukrainian people, peaceful Ukrainian people. Speak with your MP. Take a picture of Ukrainian flag right now and shout, stop the war. Stop Putin, stop the war.
Stop Putin, stop the war.
Stop Putin, stop the war.
Stop Putin, stop the war.
Stop Putin, stop the war.
Stop Putin, stop the war.
Stop Putin, stop the war.
Stop Putin, stop the war.
Stop Putin, stop the war.
Stop Putin, stop the war. Stop Putin, stop the war. Stop Putin, stop the war. Stop Putin, stop the war.
Ladies and gentlemen, bloody Nazi Russia came to Ukraine and trying to invade our land. But we are free people. Ukrainians are the biggest nation in Europe. And we will not forgive the Russians any death of our heroes, of our children, and any raped women. And it's so good from our home. Because bloody Russian Nazis doing real genocide. It's genocide. They come into Ukrainian cities, they take down Ukrainian flags, put Russian, and say that they land. The bloody Russian Nazis, that's what we need to fight against all together. Because Ukraine does not deserve such a bloody war. All support Ukraine!
All support Ukraine! All support Ukraine! All support Ukraine! All support Ukraine! All support Ukraine! All support Ukraine! All support Ukraine! All support Ukraine!
All support Ukraine!
All support Ukraine! All support Ukraine!
All support Ukraine!
All support Ukraine! All support Ukraine!
All support Ukraine!
All support Ukraine! All support Ukraine!
Have enjoy. Thank you. Have
Слава
enjoy.
Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава нації!
Смерть ворогам!
Слава нації!
Смерть ворогам!
Слава нації!
Смерть ворогам!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Захисникам України тричі!
Слава! Слава! Слава!
Ворогам України тричі!
Смерть! Смерть! Смерть!
Ladies and gentlemen, the war in Ukraine is not over. That's why we are here with Ukrainian flags. We raise it up. We don't shy. We're fighting for our home, for our freedom. All around the world, Ukrainians stand together. But we need all over the world. We need weapons to defend our homes. We have enough brave people, men and women. But we need more weapons. We need more air defense. We need
Дед, я тут
to
снимаю.
defend our homes. That's what we need. All we want to live peaceful in our land. We need planes. We don't ask to come to us and fight.
Да, Рома, все так и есть.
Just give us that machinery. Give us that power to be able to throw away occupants from our land. bloody Russian occupants. Russia doing terrible things in Ukraine. And that's why we're here. Thank you, brother. Thank you for Thank you for support. Thank you for all help have been sent to Ukraine already. But we need more. We need more to throw away bloody Russians from our land. We've holding them. We need more weapons to throw away occupants, which Russia is. Where Russia comes, there is disaster, children cry, everybody's scared, sitting in bomb shelters. That's what Russia brings. That's what is Russian war. The Putin and Russian Federation are trying to spread on Ukraine. Ukrainians are free European nations, and we are waiting you to help us just to start live again happy, free life. Stand with Ukraine!
Stand with Ukraine! Stand with Ukraine! Stand with Ukraine!
Stand with Ukraine!
Stand with Ukraine!
Stand with Ukraine!
Stand with Ukraine!
Stand with Ukraine!
Stand with Ukraine!
Stand with Ukraine!
Stand with Ukraine! Stand with Ukraine! Stand with Ukraine! Stand with Ukraine! Stand with Ukraine! Stand with Ukraine! Stand with Ukraine!
Stand with Ukraine! Stand with Ukraine! Stand with Ukraine! Stand with Ukraine!
Stand with Ukraine! Stand with Ukraine!
Ladies and gentlemen, the war in Ukraine is not over. Russian Nazis doing genocide in Ukraine right now. Little children suffering, sitting in bomb shelters.
0 грошей платят, ничего не платят.
Because of Russian missiles having them exposed.
Сегодня плюс 15 было.
The day of full-scale invasion, Russian Nazis in Ukrainian land. And it's more than 9 years, big war to start from annexation to Crimea. Such things cannot happen in Europe in 21st century. We need to together fight bloody Russian Nazis. Because if we don't stop them in Ukraine, they will come to you, ladies and gentlemen. They will be happy to come here to reach to power and rob them. That's what they're doing in Ukraine. They steal washing machines, microwave ovens, blenders, kettles, without the doctor. The bloody Russians coming and bringing disaster to your home. We are Ukrainians and we know it very well because it's happening every roughly 50 years, almost 600 years already. We're fighting with that Russians. They come in, they rob it, they kill the best of Ukrainians. That same thing they got in Lithuania, Latvia, Poland, Romania, Georgia, Moldova, Kazakhstan. Whatever Russia calls Russian Federation, Empire, Soviet Union, whatever it calls, it's the empire of heroes, which brings only death and tears. That's what they do in these days. It's not only politics, it's not only war, it's not only blah blah blah. It's the missiles. It's the 500 kilogram bombs which landed on the residential house in 5 o'clock when the people sleep with the children. shots. And after the rescue, getting dead bodies, patients, mothers, cutting babies. That's what Russia bringing to Ukraine. Right now, to Ukraine, every day for lives and lives our people. Our innocent, good people. We need our support. We need our support possible. Ladies and gentlemen, take a picture of the Ukrainian flag right now. Take a picture, please, and share it in your social media. Hashtag stop the war. Hashtag whatever you want, but share. Share this information. We can't keep silent. Because it's caused death of thousands of people in Ukraine. We are fighting brave. We have enough people, we have enough men and women bravely defending our freedom. But we need more weapons from the world, from the Great Britain, from America, from Germany, wherever, who can join this holy war for freedom. Because Ukrainians are the shield for all the world. If Ukraine is full, they will come here. They will bomb London as the Nazis did 8 years ago. And it will be much worse. Believe me, because those missiles, terrible things. Ukrainian people know it very well. Every day, they should run the bomb shelters. Because it's airstrike alarm. With the children, old people, children in the school had only one lesson that they sit in the basement because iron strike alarm, because Russian war coming. Some Pushkin, Lermontov, or Tchaikovsky coming to Ukraine on the big missile. It's landing on the residential house, landing on the power plant station, on the middle of winter.
Я тебя снимаю.
And children sitting without heating, light, darkness. But it will be a great generation of Ukrainian children. They are strong.
He's in the way.
They are growing up very fast. They have become adults very fast. Those children who sit in the bomb shelter and his father on the front line defending freedom, those children will be great people. You can see many Ukrainians now in London, across the Europe. Many refugees. It's almost women with the children. Speak with them. Ask Ukrainians what's going on in Ukraine. Ask them, they tell you the truth. It's not propaganda or something else. It's the death of our people. It's a really bloody Russian Nazi shooting people in Ukraine. They're invading sovereign country without any war. They just came with force and taken our city. We will not let
Нацистская ваша Z и V.
we will fight it, and we will win. Ukraine will win because the truth on our side. We fight it for our freedom. If you have some Russian friend, try to ask him why Russian fighting for. They can't tell you. They will say that our land, they will say about some Nazi in Ukraine, they will say about some Russian language which is suffering in Ukraine. They will lie you many ways, but Ukrainians fighting for freedom, they are fighting because they are slaves, and their master Putin just said go and die. And go
Зачем
and
его
die
поворачивать,
for
если он
my
такой, как есть,
oil and my dust.
каким его нарисовали?
Russia is a terrorist state, and all the world should treat it as a terrorist. Russia is a terrorist state. Russia is a terrorist state.
А ваш царь Николай II со свастикой ездил везде.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is the terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is the terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is the terrorist state. Russia is the
Russia is a terrorist state.
Николай II со свастиками бегал, где только можно. Макс держит флаг.
Ukraine. Yes. Hold it up so you can. Glory to you. Proszę bardzo. Come on.
Рома, вот тебе. А?
Russia inspired Soviet Union, they always lie. They always lie and kill who try to live their own will. That's why nobody involved is trading with Russia. No trading with terrorists. They are bloody nothing.
Героям слава,
No
Максимка.
deal with nothing. No deal with terrorists. No buying gas, buying oil, buying any other goods. Supply some high technology to Russia. Because there's high technology going to missiles bombing Ukrainian peaceful cities. We need more sanctions on Vladimir Russia. We need more sanctions from that country. We need closures. We need that away all embassies of Russia from London, from all the free cities around the world. Because Russia is a terrorist state. Russia is a terrorist and no negotiations with terrorists. No trading with terrorists. Total embargo on Russia.
Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. Total embargo on Russia. The war in Ukraine is going on. Russian Nazi soldiers in Ukraine. They open our people as a hostages. They took our cities.
They ruined our infrastructure. They killed our children, raping our women, robbing our houses. That's what Russia's doing right now.
Який?
Ось оцей Азов. Ви знаєте, скільки контроверсій пов'язано? Ви знаєте, що більшість людей про це не знають. І вони будуть вас фотографувати в першу чергу.
Хто буде фотографувати?
Хто будуть фотографувати? Різні люди, які наслухалися російської пропаганди про нацистів в Азові і так далі. У нас є наш національний прапор, за ми приходимо на всі діла.
Там білоруський прапор.
І білоруси це їхній прапор вільної Білорусі, є литовський прапор. Але інших партійних чи організацій.
Я запитав у організації, сказали, що все добре.
Ну от воно не є добре, тому що російська пропаганда дуже добре.
Ну ми ж не на російську пропаганду працюємо.
Так, ми не працюємо. Так, а хто буде це все використовувати, буде ясно. Невже не можна було придумати якісь кращі прапори, щоб він був настільки схожий, правда? Фантазії не вистачає.
Знімати будеш? А? 5 минут.
Thank you. Ukrainians, because Ukrainians fighting on our land, for our freedom, for our home. And we hold our flag.
На, 10 минут снимай.
This is Ukrainian flag. This
5-10.
is Ukrainian flag. We are proud to our Ukrainians. We are fighting for our freedom. Thank you for support. Thank you. Thank you.
Евакуатор був, мочого, не? Мочого. Що трохи. І скетчити стоїть тут і їсти карту. Там подвірги. Ага, да, руки що? Ти передірвся, турбо. Ти передірвся. А ты сутеву герои? Храните свое место, не?
Ukrainians call the biggest army of the world, but they said, we fought them, we beat them. They died thousands of days, and they told us to bring back to our land and fight like that on our land, because they are bloody occupants. World support Ukraine!
World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we need your support, because it's war in our home. Russian Nazis brought war to our home. Big hordes of Russians came and tried to invade our land. But they can do nothing with the free people fighting for their home. All we ask you here We're asking for more weapons from the government for Ukrainians. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We need more weapons to throw away Russian nothing from our land. I think it's fair. It's our land. Nobody suffers there. Everybody lives more and more better every year. We forgot that Russia saw its sickness 30 years. We build our country. We fight with corruption. It goes better and better. And that's what
Иди кофейка завари.
and Putin don't want to let this happen and Russia become free, proper, peaceful country for people where people live free, people work, people get money, people raise children in culture, it's Ukrainian tradition, it's
Только не
Ukrainian
упусти
song,
Максимова.
great poetry, scientists, great opera singers. That's what Ukrainians want. We want to live. We want to live. We don't ask any other lands. We don't ask some tons of gold. We want to live on our land.
Окей.
Grow up our gardens. Build up our parents' homes, parents' homes. That's what we want. But Russians come and try and don't let do us. But Ukraine will win, we sure, because it's true on our side. And Ukrainians are brave, together, doing well, doing hard, working. Feel always that stress every day when we check in the news, when we check in our relations there, when we follow after next air strike of Russia, we call in our parents, we ask them, how are you? Are you okay? And in the safe land on your hand, everybody is okay, you call it brothers, sisters, uncles. With Russia, bombing civilian infrastructure. Russia acted as a terrorist. And Russia is the terrorist state, ladies and gentlemen. And now, Ukraine on the next one shield stands between you and them. To live, they will be happy to come here to Europe and rob your house. So now we go for help, we go for attention, we go to at least share information about that war. Take a picture of Ukrainian flag and share it in your Facebook, whatever social media you have. Share, speak about it. We have to stop Russia. It's not a conflict in Ukraine. It's a war, it's a genocide, it's a racism, it's a homophobic stuff. It's what Russia's bringing there. They don't suspect anybody. You African, Asian, they hate everybody. They want you all live like badly. In the gardens, in the mountains of rubbish, they experiment in front of children, no culture, no drinking, no traveling. Us Russians, they've never been abroad, but they hate you so much. They hate Britain, American, Polish people, they hate everybody. They all dream to kill you, to come and drop your rich houses, ladies and gentlemen. And only Ukrainians now stop it. Stop letting do that thing. So support Ukraine. Speak with your MP. Share information. Don't be passive, because this is not war on the Ukrainians. Believe me. Ukraine will fall, ladies and gentlemen, they will come to you. So, stand with Ukraine now. Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine! 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 Stand with Ukraine!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Ukraine is just sport. Because we fighting for freedom. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and of course, and every good people around the world to support Ukraine. Because Ukrainians fighting for the same values. It is important for all of you, all of good people, that freedom, that your private, that your privacy, that your right to live, that your right to choose who you can be, what you can be, where you can do this. That's what Ukrainians fighting and supporting. The same values as you are, as you do. We are free European nation, and Ukrainians are now fighting for freedom, and you all need to help us. You all need to help us to speak about it. We need to stop the war. Nobody can sleep normally till this war stops. All together we need to fight this new Nazi in the world. Together we fight German Nazi 8 years ago. Together we fight many Nazis. They may be called different at those times. But we beat many bad people who wanted to invade our land. So now we need together, we need join together and fight this Nazi to protect Ukrainian life. Well, support Ukraine!
World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine!
World support Ukraine!
World support Ukraine! World support Ukraine!
Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава нації!
Смерть ворогам!
Слава нації! Смерть москалям! Слава нації! Смерть москалям! Україна понад усе! Україна!
Понад усе!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Glory to Ukraine! Glory to the heroes! Glory to Ukraine! Glory to the heroes! Glory to Ukraine! Glory to the heroes!
Glory to Ukraine!
Рома, поскакают ваши в
Yes, ladies and
окопах
gentlemen,
Крыма.
I call for glory to Ukraine because Ukrainians are really glory people. We hold in one of the biggest army
Рома,
in
ты
the
москаль?
world, and we beat those bastards. We beat those occupants because they come to invade other land. And it's no law in the world which does let them do this. And we beat occupants. We beaten them well. Our brave soldiers do it very well. Because we are on our land. We need just more weapon. We need more weapon, and our people will throw away bloody occupants from our land, and we will live again peaceful, nice life in our beautiful land. In Ukraine's mountains, the sea, big fields, dark forests, muds, rivers. It's beautiful land. It's a big land. It's almost the same square as France. And in 21st century, nobody can come to free country and invade their lands. That's what Russia doing. That was bloody Russian Nazi doing it. And the Russia is a terrorist state, we always say, and that's our main statement, that you understand they are terrorists. It's not conflict, it's not their land, they came and they killing Ukrainians. They are terrorists, thank you. And it's no trading with terrorists. We should block Russia, block everything. Every Russian should carry blue and yellow flag, I don't know, or sit quietly. Because the Russia is a terrorist and it's make genocide in Ukrainian land. Stop genocide in Ukraine. 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 Stop genocide in Ukraine.
Stop genocide in Ukraine! Stop genocide in Ukraine!
Stop the genocide in Ukraine! Stop the genocide in Ukraine! Stop the genocide in Ukraine! Stop the genocide in Ukraine! Stop the genocide in Ukraine! Stop the genocide in Ukraine! Stop the genocide in Ukraine! Stop the genocide in Ukraine!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is clearly genocide of Russians, of Ukrainians from Russian side. The Russia come into our cities, they burn in Ukrainians' book, they bring in Ukrainians, Russian, thank you sir. They bring Russian teachers. There is no Ukrainian language. They torture people for Ukrainian symbolic, for Ukrainian flag, or the other stuff they can find in your phone. People disappear, people tortured. It's a clearly genocide. It's an occupation of sovereign country in the middle of Europe. Until time, the last bloody Russian occupant will get away from our land, we will stand here and we will remind you that war in Ukraine is not over. And it's no one can rest till this war will end. Everybody should get up in the morning and think, what can I do to stop this war? For Ukrainians it seems very easy. We need just to support our soldiers, because our soldiers, our brothers, our sisters, our friends, our relatives, and we support them. Believe Ukrainians now at the peace in the big cave. We're working all together to protect our homes. We work together to get ammunition for our army, to get drones, to get night vision, to get warm clothes, to get cars. If you will try now to buy pickup in Europe, you will not, I think you will not be success, because there's no pickups. All the cars Ukrainians bought and sent to Ukraine. Those cars helps to protect our homes from Russian Nazi, from those bloody Russian occupants which bring in darkness on our homeland. The Russian as a terrorist state doing genocide of Ukrainian nation. It sounds so terrible. I never thought 9 years ago I will tell it. I heard a lot of stuff what Russian doing on the occupied land from my grandparents, from old people, from grandparents. Russians always did the same. They come in, they killing, robbing, raping, kidnapping, sending people thousands of kilometers away from their homes, separate families, killing, tortured, blood, tears behind the Russians, always. And I thought it's over, it was in history, we will never experience this again. But more than 9 years, bloody Russians came again and bring war to my life as well. And they brought war to life of our children. Those children, 3-5 years, which sitting in the bomb shelters. What do you think they can say about Russian for their grandchildren? But as I said, it will be great generation, it will be great people, strong, united. This is one of good side of the war. It's terrible times again, but it's making, it's forging nation. It's getting from the deep memory of the nation, all these rules, all these ways to implement, all these ways to act, all these ways to help each other. We have song, old Ukrainian song about volunteers. It's like, ой, продала дівчина скурку, та й купила козакові люльку. It's about volunteers, to be honest. It's a sound, it's like joke sound, like...
Он потерял свой российский флаг.
Send chickens, send nettles, send jewelry to buy for soldier, smoking pipe, you know, like it's a joking song. But if you think deeply, it's about volunteers. It always been like this. When the invaders come into our, many times, come into our land, all the nation getting together and working as a one big mechanism, organism, one big system, and it's great. It's beautiful. It's beautiful how the stuff, information sharing. There is can be any fake in Ukrainian media, because if you say some lie, immediately people from that area will search it and say no, it's fake, it's not lie. So as the Russians say, in all the raped women in Ukraine, it's all fake and stuff like this. It's not Russia. Ukraine is not Russia. It's not cannot be fakes in our space. How to say? Ukrainians now doing very well. We're suffering. We're struggling. We're crying at night when we're reading news, when we're reading about another missile which landed on the residential houses, and it's half of houses now disappear with the children which sleep at 5 o'clock in the morning. Trading centers, schools, university, hospitals, bus stops. Every day when it's reading and it's making us harder, you know. Now it was some terrible in London, terrible. It happened, someone was murdered. And people say about it, you know, like, oh my God. It's oh my God, but in the deep, I saw so many dead bodies last 9 years. In the picture, just on the picture. But can you imagine how feeling people in Ukraine? It's not touching us, our hearts is hard now. And it's making us strong, and we need that strong. Help Ukraine. Speak with MP. I don't know, just pray for us. It will help very well, at least, you know, the universe will hear you and will give some bit of goodness to Ukrainian victory. World, support Ukraine!
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 World, support Ukraine! World, support Ukraine! World, support Ukraine! World, support Ukraine! World, support Ukraine! World, support Ukraine! World, support Ukraine! World, support Ukraine! World, support Ukraine! World, support Ukraine! World, support Ukraine!
World, support Ukraine!
World, support Ukraine!
World, support Ukraine!
World, support Ukraine!
World, support Ukraine!
World, support Ukraine!
World, support Ukraine!
World, support Ukraine!
World, support Ukraine! World, support Ukraine! World, support Ukraine!
World, support Ukraine!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Ukraine need your support. Ukraine feeling your support. Ukrainians thankful for you, for your hospitality here, for hospitality people around the world. We feel it. We say big thank you. We say дякую on Ukrainian language. We say big дякую for everybody. We feel that support. And we need more. We need more. We need more. It's not over. The war is not over. We need more weapon. We need just weapon which all the country doesn't need it really. Because all the normal civilized people, educated, they will not fight. Do you believe that France is going to invade Germany or Italy or opposite? No, we don't need this weapon. Give this weapon to Ukrainians. Give the weapon to Ukrainians and we will show you how free people throwing away occupants from their land. We need live peacefully on our land. That's all Ukrainians need. And for this, we asking weapon. We asking weapon because, yes, ladies and gentlemen, freedom need to be protected. You forgot it. You made it long time ago. Ukrainians made it many times, but always Russia came and took it away, our freedom. Not this time. This time Ukraine gonna finish that stuff. We're gonna beat them. My dream is Ukrainian brave soldiers go as on parade straight to the Moscow, pass all the cities, will nobody gonna touch any Russian, let them live. We go to the Moscow, we take apart the Kremlin. That's my dream. That's my dream. We take apart Kremlin, we make that big square, we call all the priests, all the Jewish priests, all the Muslim, all the religion, we call all of them, we stand all together, we pray, after all Ukrainians, spit in the land and forget it. Because there is some portal to some, I don't know, evil world. And then Ukrainian army will come back and we will live free. Good dream, isn't it? Because if we leave that Russia as it is, this disaster war will repeat again. If we go any negotiations with Russia, if we give up even 1 square inch of our land, they will come again and they will try to invade it again, and more Ukrainian people will die again. So now we need to win. We need to win. It's no way to give up our land. No way, ladies and gentlemen. Because you think about Russians as about yourself, you know, people judge about the other as it is, as he or she is. So Russians are completely different. Russian world are twisted. Everything is opposite. Everything you respect, they hate. Everything you hate, they respect. Literally, I'm telling you, literally, that's the other side of the mirror, how it's called in English, the zerkalya. It's completely different world. It's everything is twisted. Freedom, they don't believe on freedom. They don't believe it exists at all, the freedom. Private property, no. To steal, easy. Just give me some reason, I will steal it. You can see in Crimea, they came and they took because we were busy in our capital. Russia is a terrorist state. Russia is a state of terrorism. It's not supporting terror, it is terrorist. Putin is a terrorist and all the population of Russia are the terrorists, or scary chicken which can't tell anything against the bloody war the country doing in Ukraine. Russia is a terrorist state. Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state. Russia is a terrorist state. Russia is a terrorist state. Russia is a terrorist state. Russia is a terrorist state. Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I want you remember this. You remember this when you will speak with Russians friends, when you will read Russian newspaper or see obviously Russian sites, Russian media. You will remember they are terrorists. All those media is propaganda, it's a lie. It's not propaganda, you know, because propaganda can be good. You can propaganda healthy life, whatever, you know. But they are just lying. They just lying. The Ukrainians are bad, and they came to Ukraine to liberate us. But in fact, they're liberating us from our homes. Thank you. From our lives, from our time.
Come and join. Thank you. Come and join.
Take a picture of Ukrainian flag and share it in your social media right now. This will be
Тряпка, это
big
твой
thing.
Aquafresh.
It will be big support. Stand with Ukraine. Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine. Stand with Ukraine. Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine. Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine. Stand with Ukraine. Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine. Stand with Ukraine. Stand with Ukraine. Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine!
Stand with Ukraine. 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 Stand with Ukraine.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we need your attention, we need your help, we need your support to stop this bloody war, this unfair war in Ukrainian soil. Russian occupants, Russian Nazis came to our land 9 years ago. And now, last more than a year, they start full scale of invasion. With the tanks, with the rockets, with the missiles, with the thousands of troops. They're doing genocide of European nations. Right here. It's the same as the racism, as Holocaust, as Holodomor, which against Russian, it's terrible things. Russian did it many times, and your grandparents remember this as well. But those times it wasn't such a good way to share information around the world. No internet. Now, everybody can load picture of Ukrainian city after Russian came there. And load the picture of this city before Russian came there. And compare it. And compare the worlds. Russian world and Ukrainian universe, as they call it. It was great city. Great, happy city with the happy children, with the theaters, with the hospitals, schools, university. Now everything is ruined. All the city which they can reach with a small rockets like 40 kilometers, no school in that area, no schools. They shooting into the schools, they shooting into museums, they shoot in hospitals, power plant station, they shoot in bus stops, they shoot in on the center of city. Well, like 10 kilometers, no any military target. That's what Russia doing. They acting as a terrorist. Russia is a terrorist state, remember this. Russia is a terrorist state, and it's been no deal with Russians, no deal with Russia as a state, no deal with Russians as the taxpayers. Should not be any visas for Russian to the free world, not any businesses, all the yachts, planes, homes. Everybody knows where is flats and homes of Russian oligarchs here in London, around the world, Monaco, Switzerland, and whatever. No deal with terrorists, because, thank you mate, Russia is a terrorist state, and now they bombing Ukraine, which is free country, sovereign country, and we defending. We defending our homes, we defending our families, we defending our lives. Ukrainian doing it brave, and all we need from the world, from the governments of world, from all the good people of world, we need support, we need send more weapon to Ukraine, arm Ukrainian brave people, and we defend our homes. We don't need you coming there. And if Ukraine fall, you anyway will fight with Russian, because they will come here. You will hide in the bomb shelters, but it never happened, because Ukraine will win. And we win much faster if everybody around the world send at least picture in the social media of Ukrainian flag, of city of Mariupol, Kharkiv. There is hundreds of city is destroyed because Russian came, new Nazi these days. That's what Russia are, Russians are. That's what Russia is as a state. It's a bloody terrorist state. And I want you to remember this. Russia is a terrorist state, and no deal with Russia. Total embargo on Russia. More sanctions on Russia. Close that bloody country, because there is the sickness, much more worse than COVID-19. There is the sickness of brain which get to your brain and turn you to slave. Where Russia come in, there is no election, no private property, no rights. You can be sure in the next day, Ukrainians don't want to live like Russian.
But Russia is a sickness. Ukraine is the cure?
If Russia is the sickness, which it is, so Ukraine is cure. Think about it, because Ukraine, like your vaccine for COVID was, yeah? You have to get something to Ukraine, some help, some peace, some bit of goodness, of even money, even pray. And this is your vaccine from the Nazi sickness, from the Russian Nazi sickness. The Russians now carry that sickness, and they will be happy to carry it here and rob your houses, as I said today, and all the days I'm coming. I'm warning you, it's much cheaper to send your weapon, send a little bit of your taxes to Ukraine and arm brave Ukrainian soldiers than after sit in bomb shelters because Russia invade Ukraine and get in further. We need to stay all together because Ukrainians fighting for the values, the simple and the most important values in the world. That's a life, that's a free will, for children, for future, for progress, for friendship, for love. That's what Ukrainians fighting now. And we're asking, just don't forget, don't live like it's not war in the world. This is Third World War. This is clearly Third World War, and the big, huge, evil monster from the Moscow, from the Russia, trying to get in your blossom world, in our blossom world. And now only Ukrainians standing as a shield for this. We holding those bloody Russians, Nazi, and we protecting your freedom, your ability to walk today on this nice street with this beautiful British weather. No rain, beautiful weather, to be honest, warm. Enjoy your peaceful sky, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your life, your morning coffee, but at least one per day think about war in Ukraine. And ask God to save Ukrainian children. Send 1 penny per day for Ukrainian children, for Ukrainian refugees. Meet them here, help him here. Show them the way on the underground. If you're working with them, teach language, teach your culture. They tell you about yours. You will see Ukrainians are great people, and you will not believe after this, after you know Ukrainians, that it is at least one reason to come to Ukraine and kill us. That's what bloody Russians, Nazi doing now. We are fighting with Nazism. With clearly Nazism, because they deny that Ukrainian nation exists at all. They saying there is no Ukrainians, no language, no land, no history, nothing. But I am. So somebody is lying, or I am not here, or I am not Ukrainian, or they all the bloody Russians are liars. The Russians saying they are great nation, big culture, ballet, Tchaikovsky, I don't know who you know. And from the other side they are shooting peaceful people, they are lying on them, they are killing.
They're not talking about shit. We've got earthquake in Turkey, and you're not talking about Ukraine. It's not about politics.
It's a war, man. It's a bloody war.
Russia is a terrorist state. Russia is a terrorist state, mate. Russia is a terrorist state. 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 Russia is a terrorist terrorist state. Russia is a 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 terrorist state.
All this situation, all this war, that's all what happening now. Everybody can use for you, very useful. Ask people what they thinking about the war, who is responsible, who begin, and you will see what the human being, that person. You will see. Can
Рома фашиста своего нашел и встретил.
It's clearly, it's like indicator. It's so easy now. You don't need to speak with them, ask about parents, about check his background. Just ask this question: whose is Crimea and whose is Putin? That's all.
Stop Russia, stop the war! 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 Stop Russia, stop the war!
Ladies and gentlemen, the war in Ukraine is not over. That's why we stayed standing here. We are Ukrainians, and not only Ukrainians, just free people who share the same values in life. We are standing here to remind you, because if we forget about that war, it will be disaster. Ukraine will fall and they come here. Ukrainians are fighting for freedom, and we're proud about it. We keep our flag high above the head, and we're asking you, be the people. It's a very good chance to be good people, to feel good people, if you donate for children, if you at least make a picture of flag Ukrainian right now and send it in Facebook, if you pray about Ukrainians, if you donate, if you help any, if you find the car for Ukrainians, if you join us here, if you speak with Ukrainians, if you share information about the bloody war, we will win faster and less people will die, my friend. That's what's important. I don't care about, nobody care about politics, but this is war. Politics was over when they invade Crimea. From that side,
Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава Україні!
Героям слава! Смерть ворогам!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Захисникам України тричі!
Слава! Слава! Слава!
ladies and gentlemen, the war in Ukraine is not over. War in Ukraine, bloody Russian Nazi came to our land and they killing our children, they destroying our homes. Nobody gonna forgive it. Ukrainians will not forgive it for Russian, and we will beat them this or the other way. But we need help around the world. We need a little bit of weapon, just be able to throw away bloody occupants from our land. Yes, we are fighting for peace. We are asking for weapon to live peaceful. It is. And we're not asking, we demand it because it was promised to Ukraine. It was promised, those weapons. Was promised that Ukraine will live normally, nobody will touch our borders. It was promised by great country, and Russia is one of it. But we know, you can't believe Russian. You can't believe Russian in any level, as a state, at the TV channel, at the internet site, at the person even, I don't know. I don't. I have no dealing with any Russian because it's damaged my brain, even that language. But whatever, that's my personal stuff. But I just want to be able to bring my daughter back home, to see grandparents, to see graves of our grandparents. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's all Ukrainians want. Live free. And nobody can deny our right to fight for this. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to the heroes. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to the heroes. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to the heroes.
Glory to Ukraine!
Glory to the heroes.
Glory to Ukraine!
Glory to heroes!
Glory to Ukraine!
Glory to heroes! Glory to Ukraine! Glory to heroes! Glory to Ukraine! Glory to heroes!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know what's going on here, this is Ukrainian flag. This is free people around the world. Thank you. And we are here to remind you that war in Ukraine is not over. Bloody, unfair war. And Ukrainians have to fight now to live free. We are defending our right to live. That's all we're doing. And we think, як він заважає, то капець. Я його слухаю. World support Ukraine. World support Ukraine. World support Ukraine. World support Ukraine.
World support Ukraine! 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 World support Ukraine!
Thank you.
World support Ukraine!
Ladies and gentlemen, the war in Ukraine is not over.
No, of course not. Hello, everyone. I'm just passing by. It's St. Patrick's Day. I'm Irish, okay? But I have a holiday house back in Ireland, okay? And as you may know, there's a lot of Ukrainian refugees in Ireland. So anyone here who doesn't understand the situation, let me give you a quick synopsis. I took in a Ukrainian family into my holiday home back in the south coast of Ireland last July. And the Red Cross organized it. But when I went to pick them up at the bus stop, the woman, her husband had been killed in a place called Zaporizhzhia or Zaporuzhye, so something like that. And basically, they turned up at the bus stop with 2 bags like this. A woman with 2 small children. I said, what the fuck? You know, it's so. Listen, everyone supports you guys. And we need more people to do practical support, you know, for the refugees and so on. The military thing is a geopolitical issue, but humanitarian needs to happen. Anyway, listen, I just said I'd do it passing by. Thank you, mate.
Thank you. Yes, let us. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Ukrainians feel all support around the world. We're so grateful, we're so thankful for you, ladies and gentlemen, because really, that's thousands of homes was open for Ukrainian refugees, for our brave people, for our women and children, for our big families, or whatever, for our great people. We say with thanks. So that's applause to you. Thank you. Thank you, Britain. 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 Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, but the war is not over, and we have a lot of issues left.
And we still need defense.
We need to win this war. We need to win this war, and we need weapons around the world to be able to throw away occupants from our land. It goes very well, but it's too slow. Every day it's cost lives of our children, of our women, of our peaceful citizens. That's a time which can be spent to build families, build homes. That's the worst. We can rebuild city. We will rebuild city. We will. Our city will be very short term after the win. They will shine. They will glowing, and you will come to Ukraine and will see how good Ukrainians are. But now we need weapon. Now we need weapon because bloody Nazi came to our land, Russian Nazi, and doing genocide of Ukrainians. It's an evil that Ukrainians fight more than 9 years already. Ukrainians fight hundreds of years with them because this is bloody neighbor which never give up to invade us. Stand with Ukraine. 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 Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the war in Ukraine is not over, and we need your support. We need your attention. We need your help. Because Russia doing terrible things on the middle of Europe right now, every day. Every day they bomb some civilian infrastructure. Every day they took away lives of our defenders. They took away our time. How many proof the world need to understand what Russia brings to the world? How many children that they have to kill? How many women they have to rape? The world understand that it cannot be any trading with Russia, because in the missiles which we taken down on above our cities, there is parts from France, parts from country which like support sanctions, embargo. They still buying it, they still fund the way. We need more control on it. We need all the world have to put more pressure on Russia. We need to shame them. We need to ask them. Because nobody can do what the Russia do and don't be punished. If they will not be punished for this, they will make worse stuff. And it will be continue more and more until they bring war to your homes as well. Now Ukrainians only suffering and holding that bloody evil on the east. But they will be happy to come here, and they've been here. Us called Germans, Czech, Polish, Lithuanian, Latvian, Romanian. How the Russian came to their house 8 years ago, it's maybe even less. Russia bring the same stuff whatever they come in. Russia bring the war, Russia bring the slavery, Russia bring disrespect, Russia bring the death of the body, death of the spirit. They hate all the people, they hate educated people, they hate polite people. Polite people for Russian, it's a weak people. It means they can rob you, they can take your phone, you will do nothing. Educated people, that's very big danger for Russia because they can think, they have the brain, they don't believe in their life. They hate them as well.
They hate people who are good at their job.
They hate people who work nicely every day. They hate because if you work, you have something. They see you have something. He drinking all the days, he have nothing. He start jealous you, he come into your home and he kill you.
He's a hero.
And he's a hero in Russia. I'm telling you, Russia is a twisted country. There is the good manner to not have good manners.
And Russia, not only bring death, they bring cues.
Yeah, let's say together, every say, express yourself what you think about Russia. It's like 1 minute, release that energy.
Russia brings death and cues. Russia brings death and cues.
Let's hear some song. Yeah, what do we have, guys? Якусь гарну